I'm a dentist, as you know, and I practiced in the city. And it was a rainy day, and the afternoon patients had canceled. There were 2 or 3 patients had canceled. So I said to the secretary in the office, I'm going to walk over to Macy's because we need a couple of chairs for the waiting room. In those days, the waiting room was like your living room, okay? So you had beautiful chairs, just like we have here. I walk over to Macy's. I see a big sign in the window. Come up to the 9th floor and see your leisure Amazon. I walk up to the 9th floor. By the time I left, I had 4 signatures on a piece of paper, myself and 3 other friends. It was $10 to put a hold on the property for 2 weeks. And I walk out, and when I came home that night, my wife says, well, what'd you do this afternoon? I said, I went over to Macy's. She said, what'd you do in Macy's? I said, I bought a house. The first thing she said was, you're crazy. I'll never forget that. You're crazy. And I bought the house. I should have bought 6 of them. Anyhow, none of the other 3 people, 3 very good friends of mine, went ahead with it. I was the only one that went ahead with it. And 2, unfortunately, they're all gone. But until the day they were gone, they always said, why didn't you make me buy it? Not too many people knew anything about Montauk in the first place. It was only a fishing village. That's all it was. We knew nothing. And everybody said, are you crazy? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? And crazy like a fox. I came out with my wife. It was a rainy day. And I had a partner at that time. And I thought that we would buy the house together, I'm sure. Thank God we didn't do that because the partnership broke up. So we came out here, and right in that big, what's the name of that big house in town?
The White Elephant?
House? The White Elephant. It's called the White Elephant. Okay. Well, in the White Elephant, they had their crew there from Macy's. So we went over there and we introduced ourselves, and they offered us some food and coffee, et cetera, et cetera. And then one of the fellows who was working there took us out to this area, completely empty. And there were deer marching around the place, but completely empty. And he shows it to us. It was just gorgeous. It was just beautiful. And he shows us the water, because you could see the water. There was nothing there. And he shows us his pond that was on this side. And I said, okay. But my partner, I see he was hesitating. I'm glad he backed out. I bought the house, I think, in November. And in April, just before April, we got a notification from Macy's that the first Saturday in April, we were going to come and deliver the furniture. Okay. So this was funny. My wife and I, we came out here Friday night. There was nothing in here. It was completely empty. There were no curtains on the windows, etc. But they had a pull-out bed. And so we came, and my wife says, people could look right through to the windows here because the pull-out bed came here. So luckily she bought sheets and pillowcases. So I see her coming out of the bed with a sheet over her head, completely covered by the sheet before we pull out the bed to get in there. But it was funny because everything was wide open. Okay, so Macy's comes there Saturday morning. Trucks, there must have been about 10 trucks come, and they put the furniture on the lawn. Everything is on the lawn. The big stuff they brought into the house, but the little stuff they left in the boxes out on the lawn. They went from house to house. And that day, this is funny because this is how you met all your neighbors. This is, what's that guy who was a teacher at Stuyvesant?
Goodman, Roger Goodman.
Goodman, yeah, Roger Goodman. So I remember him come rushing in. He says, do you have a screwdriver? Do you have a hammer? Kept asking me for all these tools to put everything together. And we spent the whole day putting everything together, setting up the house.
Nice.
But Roger Goodman became a very good friend of ours.